Okay, Zuckerberg is trying to turn over a new leaf. He's given himself a makeover, and by that I mean slightly larger shirts, and he's grown his hair out. That's all. Here's the full video from Mark Zuckerberg announcing the end of censorship and misinformation policies. This is from Sagar and Jetty. He has a podcast. He says, I highly recommend you watch all of it as it tonally is one of the biggest indications of elections have consequences I have ever seen. Ooh, I don't know. I don't love this look for Zuck. I don't love the longer hair. Although when he has his hair really short like he normally does, he looks like a serial killer. And in this one, he kind of looks like he's wearing a wig, except that's his own hair. He does. He looks like an alien who's trying to look more human. He's an alien. Boop. Okay. Let's look at Zuck. Have you guys seen this video yet? He looks insane.
Hey everyone. I want to talk about something important today because it's time to get back to our roots around free expression on Facebook and Instagram. I started building social media to give people a voice. I gave a speech at Georgetown 5 years ago about the importance of protecting free expression.
Oh, he did blink.
And I still believe this today. But a lot has happened over the last several years. There's been widespread debate about potential harms from online content. Governments and legacy media have pushed to censor more and more. A lot of this is clearly political, but there's also a lot of legitimately bad stuff out there. Drugs, terrorism, child exploitation. These are things that we take very seriously, and I want to make sure that we handle responsibly. So we built a lot of complex systems to moderate content. But the problem with complex systems is they make mistakes. Even if they accidentally censor just 1% of posts, that's millions of people. And we've reached a point where it's just too many mistakes and too much censorship. The recent elections also feel like a cultural tipping point towards once again prioritizing speech. So we're going to get back.
Oops. I just clicked it off. Wow. Good job, Chrissy. Oh boy. Hold, please. I was moving a tab and then I just X'd the whole thing away. Hold, please. This is quite the show I'm running. Okay, let's bring it back. Maybe that was my subconscious way of moving on. No, this is important. When Zuckerberg speaks, we have to listen. Okay. He's basically saying, it wasn't my fault. It was the algorithm.
Speech at Georgetown 5 years ago about the importance of protecting free expression. And I still believe this today. But a lot has happened over the last several years. There's been widespread debate about potential harms from online content. Governments and legacy media have pushed to censor more and more. A lot of this is clearly political, but there's also a lot of legitimately bad stuff out there. Drugs, terrorism, child exploitation. These are things that we take very seriously, and I want to make sure that we handle responsibly. So we built a lot of complex systems to moderate content. But the problem with complex systems is they make mistakes. Even if they accidentally censor just 1% of posts, that's millions of people. And we've reached a point where it's just too many mistakes and too much censorship. The recent elections also feel like a cultural tipping point towards once again prioritizing speech. So we're going to get back to our roots and focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our policies, and restoring free expression on our platforms.
Too little, too late, homie.
More specifically, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to get rid of fact checkers and replace them with community notes, similar to X.
Why do you guys think he's doing this? I wonder if you guys are thinking what I'm thinking. He is Data, the android with a wig. Yes, it was me. I censored the Zuckerberg this time. Yeah, Zuckerberg is assimilating. I agree. This, I feel like, is hitting the nail on the head. He realized his company is going to lose protections and tax breaks. It's too late, Zuck. Yep. Oh. Yes, he's doing the 90s big t-shirt look. Resistance is futile. Subconscious censorship. He's full of it. He's full of it. He'll sway with whatever party is in power. Yeah, this is part of the groveling, the great groveling of 2025. Zuck wants to be yes. Also, this Zuck wants to be cool like Elon. Not gonna happen. It's too late for you to be cool. Not with that hair, buddy. I closed down my Facebook account when they started asking people for your driver's license. No, Facebook sucks. They're constantly taking my podcast down for hate speech. Like just about every podcast that I stream to Facebook, I get a notification like we've taken this down for hate speech, and it's like, okay, what's the point? What is the point of Facebook then? Uh, it's for checking up on people from high school who've gotten fat, and the marketplace to buy if you want to buy an old desk. That's what you're good for, Facebook.
Starting in the US. After Trump first got elected,
but he wants to be like Twitter. He's going to replace fact checkers with community noters.
US. After Trump first got elected in 2016, the legacy media wrote nonstop about how misinformation was a threat to democracy. We tried in good faith to address those concerns without becoming the arbiters of truth.
Yes, it's exactly what you tried to be.
But the fact checkers have just been too politically biased and have destroyed more trust than they've created, especially in the US. So over the next couple of months, we're going to phase in a more comprehensive community notes system. Second, we're going to simplify our content policies and get rid of a bunch of restrictions on topics like immigration and gender that are just out of touch with mainstream discourse. What started as a movement to be more inclusive.
It sounds like he's like, well, we restricted conversations. Gender, you couldn't talk about immigration and gender before. Now I guess we'll allow it.
That are just out of touch with mainstream discourse.
You're out of touch.
What started as a movement to be more inclusive has increasingly been used to shut down opinions and shut out people with different ideas, and it's gone too far. So I want to make sure that people can share their beliefs and experiences on our platform.
Dude, Zuck, people have been talking about this for years. People have been upset about this for years. Why suddenly now in January of 2025 do you want to do something about it? This is BS. If you were authentic in these beliefs, you would have done something at any point in the last 4 years.
Third, we're changing how we enforce our policies to reduce the mistakes that account for the vast majority of censorship on our platforms. We used to have filters that scanned for any policy violation. Now, we're going to focus those filters on tackling illegal and high-severity violations. And for lower severity violations, we're going to rely on someone reporting an issue before we take action. The problem is that the filters make mistakes, and they take down a lot of content that they shouldn't. So by dialing them back, we're going to dramatically reduce the amount of censorship on our platforms. We're also going to tune our content filters to require much higher confidence before
people are over Facebook. Who's really into Facebook now other than boomers? I don't think millennials, I'm pretty sure, are over Facebook. Gen Z never cared about Facebook. And then there's whatever's coming after that. They're definitely not going to be on Facebook. You done, Zuck. You toast.
Taking down content. The reality is that this is a trade-off. It means we're going to catch less bad stuff, but we'll also reduce the number of innocent people's posts and accounts that we accidentally take down.
They weren't innocent before.
We're bringing back civic content. For a while, the community asked to see less politics because it was making people stressed. So we stopped recommending these posts. But it feels like we're in a new era now, and we're starting to get feedback that people want to see this content again. So we're going to start phasing this back into Facebook.
No, it's like you're just listening to different people now. You censored political content before because it made people stressed. Who did it make stressed? The left. Okay, it didn't make people on the right stressed because you were censoring their content, you tard. Oh, well, now things are different. People care about political content again. How did this change? Why? Because you're just going to not censor the half of the country that feels differently than you. Unbelievable.
Instagram and Threads while working to keep the communities friendly and positive. Fifth, we're going to move our trust and safety and content moderation teams out of California, and our US-based content review is going to be based in Texas.
Oh, boy. Everybody in the train, choo-choo, we're going to Texas. That's where the cool people are. Let's go to Texas so we can sniff Elon's butt, so we can sniff around Joe Rogan. Oh, California. Yeah, California hasn't been cool in like 10 years, buddy. Okay. You're late. You're late, Zuckerberg. You can't go to Texas and sniff everyone's farts now. We see what you're doing.
Work to promote free expression, I think that it will help us build trust to do this work in places where there is less concern about the bias of our teams. Finally, we're going to work with President Trump to push back on governments around the world that are going after American companies and pushing to censor more. The US has the strongest constitutional protections for free expression in the world. Europe has an ever...
I want to know what this meeting was like with him and Trump. Basically, him on his knees, like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I kicked you off. I kicked all your people off.
Increasing number of laws, institutionalizing censorship, and making it difficult to build anything innovative there. Latin American countries have secret courts that can order companies to quietly take things down. China has censored our apps from even working in the country. The only way that we can push
how
back...
did you know so much about censorship in other countries? Because he was doing the same thing here.
...on this global trend is with the support of the US government. And that's why it's been so difficult over the past 4 years when even the US government has pushed for censorship. By going after us and other American companies, it has emboldened other governments to go even further. But now we have the opportunity to restore free expression, and I am excited to take it. It'll take time to get this right, and these are complex systems. They're never going to be perfect. There's also a lot of illegal stuff that we still need to work very hard to remove. But the bottom line
they ever worked hard to remove the child trafficking stuff. They've been ignoring it. I feel like most platforms have been.
But after years of having our content moderation work focus primarily on removing content, it is time to focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our systems, and getting back to our roots about giving people voice. I'm looking forward to this next chapter. Stay good out there.
Looks like his watch is something that fell off a submarine. Look at that chunky, clunky. I'm sure it's very expensive and impressive to some people, but it looks like a submarine window.
And more to come soon.
You suck. I highly recommend you. Oh, wow. Elections have yeah, it's one of the biggest indications of elections have consequences. This looks like a hostage video from Zuckerberg. Who made you do it, Zuck? Who made you do this video? Leilani Dowding says, I wonder if I'll get my old IG account back. I lost my IG account like a day or two before I first went on Tim Pool. So that was like March of 2021. Some of the comments, I think it will be one of the most interesting dynamics to watch in the next 4 years will be the interplay between the end of censorship policies that trace progressive preferences at the rise of ideological fealty to Trump. Hey, fealty to Trump specifically. It's where these principles rub up against each other that will be interesting. The folks around Trump celebrate their free thinking, but also many of them self-censor on their opinions about, for example, January 6th. At some point, it's not easy to have a speech regime that is both radically free and also scared of angering Trump. I think maybe less so. I laughed out loud about the fact that they're moving their content moderators out of California and into Texas, so they seem less biased. Yeah. That's for show. They're like, what more hoops can we jump through? Please, we'll do anything. I wonder if all this change from Zuckerberg would have happened if Kamala Harris had won. I know. We all know that. After Trump got first elected in 2016, the legacy media wrote nonstop about how misinformation was a threat to democracy. We tried in good faith to address those concerns without becoming the arbiters of truth. But the fact checkers have been too politically biased and have destroyed more trust than they've created, especially in the U.S. Whoa. Yeah, it's a bit of a reckoning. Of course, he would change the platform. The right wing had no voice there. Exactly. The only ones who had a voice there were left wing. Yep, he knows his business is at risk for helping the Dems in 2020 election by suppressing damning information and censoring right wing voices. Yup. He's trying to head off regulations by doing much of what the incoming administration wants voluntarily. I hope Trump is not stupid. Team Trump is not stupid enough to fall for it. Free speech on social media should be established by right, not by our enemy's whim. Yeah, and not by Trump winning. Zuck only knows which way the wind is blowing. He was happy to do the bidding of the security state for the last 10 years, and now Musk has stolen his audience. Boom. Thank you, Mark Vrag. Best comment. Wow. The question is whether or not the Meta community notes will truly be delegated to the community or stacked with those who align with Meta's own political agenda. I hope Facebook tanks in a big way. Okay, let's bring up something from Seth Dillon. We know Seth Dillon. He's the Babylon Bee guy. The time for Zuck to take a stand for free speech was when Trump, the sitting president, was getting kicked off the internet. Would have been nice to hear an acknowledgement of his role in that mistake. Yep. Oh, look at this. That's cute. It's a little owlet, a little Trumpy face. Wow. Yeah, just an apology would be good. Just a simple apology. Just an acknowledgement. Like, yeah, we were really bad. We just were eating out of the FBI's hand. Let's see. This is from Benny Johnson. What is Benny saying? We love Benny. He was on FNT recently. Breaking: Mark Zuckerberg announces sweeping changes to Facebook and Instagram to move towards free speech, including ending third-party fact-checking and replacing it with community notes like X, removing reduction of political content, lifting topic restrictions. Also, moving content moderation teams to Texas to avoid left-wing toxic political censors, working with Trump to end censorship globally, reflecting the will of the American voters who want more freedom and less censorship. Community notes isn't good. Even copying community notes. Oh, is this an AI thing? Oh, cute. Weird. Oh, this is a Mr. Bean sketch? Yep. Good old Mr. Bean. Wow, what a loser. He's still a bajillionaire. Nothing will ever affect that. But at least now he's got a little bit of egg on his face. From John Stossel. Mark Zuckerberg just announced we're going to get rid of fact checkers and replace them with community notes similar to X. Good, because Facebook's lefty fact checkers censored me. Facebook stopped showing my videos to my almost 1.3 million followers. My Facebook views went from millions to thousands, all because fact checkers didn't like my interviewing people who say the world can adjust to climate change. Oh, you tell him, John. Oh, wow. No significant observed trends in global tropical cyclone frequency. Wow. This is a 7-minute clip.
You must be protected from my videos, says this Frenchman. Amazingly, Facebook lets him censor me. Temperature is rising. We produced this video about climate change titled, "Are We Doomed?"
Entire ecosystems are collapsing.
We're not doomed, said these scientists.
Cool.
It's all about hand waving. It's about emotion, about sending out kids in protest.
Now Facebook won't show you that video because so-called fact checker Emmanuel Vincent told Facebook that it contains partly false information.
All the climate scientists that I know personally, they agree that climate change is real.
But wait, our video.
Wow. Get him, John Stossel. Good, good. I'm glad all these people are coming out and just saying, hey, just letting you know, Mark, like we have been alert. We have been observing what's going on the last, 10 years. Wow. I wonder where their Texas offices are going to be. That's funny to me. I did talk about Sonny Hostin comparing January 6th to the Holocaust. I talked about that with 5 Times August the other day. I agree with you, American legend. Climate has been changing for centuries. It's called Imagine Seasons. Yeah, it'll be in Austin for sure. Okie dokie. Oh, wow. See, this is his article from 2021. All the platforms that have banned or restricted Trump so far. Wow, Reddit. Reddit even banned the subreddit group for Trump, saying that it promotes hate. Wow, remember how ridiculous this was? Prohibits hate, encourages, glorifies, incites, or calls for violence. So this was all after January 6th. That's the excuse they needed to ban him on everything. Really insane. Yeah, the crazy conspiracies like stop the steal. What a crazy conspiracy that was. Twitch banned him. They disbanded Trump's channel. Yep, using the excuse of inciting violence. Unbelievable. So stupid. But BLM gets to exist still. Shopify. Twitter. Wow. Twitter banned. That was a big one. Google has pulled Parler. YouTube. Whoa. Election misinformation. Voter for. Wow. It's easy to forget how bad things were. Wow. Facebook also banned Facebook. Facebook banned Trump from posting on his Facebook until Joe Biden was in office. Removing videos of Trump. Banned from Instagram. Snapchat. I can't believe Trump would have a Snapchat, but I guess his people. Zuckerberg himself says, we believe the risks of allowing the president to continue to use our service during this period are simply too great. The risks. What an idiot. I hope Trump, he probably was nice to his face. Off of Snapchat, off of TikTok. Wow. Apple, Discord. Discord banned the server that Donald. Pinterest. Amazon AWS, Stripe. So, wow, he got debanked in a way. What's Okta? Something else. Twilio, don't know what that is. Never forget, guys. I hope Trump doesn't. Night Owl, thanks for the super chat. I missed that show with 5 Times August. I'm sorry. Don't apologize. It's still up. You can still watch it. Oh. Yes, and then there's this lovely little nugget from the WEF, our boy Klaus Schwab. When was this from? Oh, Davos.
We need a paradigm shift. We must rebuild trust, and that's actually the theme of our meeting. We have to rebuild trust. Trust in our future, trust in our capacity to overcome challenges, and most importantly, trust in each other.
Gee, why does nobody trust us? Because we're all diabolically evil.
Trust
Trust.
is not just a feeling. Trust is a commitment to action, to belief, to hope. To achieve this, we must rediscover and embrace the narrative that has driven humanity since its inception, acting as trustees.
Yes, acting. That's the key word there. Trust. Wow. Wow. Yes, speaking of listening to Nazis. Yeah, very Nosferatu. It's a vapid speech. Pretending to be something they're not. Oh, thank God Trump won. I say it every day. Oh boy, it was a close one. Very scary there for a minute. Okay. Yes, and our good friend Joy Reid, let's see how she feels on the subject. Do. She's like a lol cow at this point. Joy Reid is losing her mind at Facebook and Instagram, committing to free speech. Democrats need to censor, lie, and cheat in order to win. These changes are a huge blow to them. Yeah, it's their main tools.
Why would conservatives think fact-checking is biased against them? I mean, what are you sharing if you keep getting fact-checked?
What an
for
idiot.
False information. Think about it. What were conservatives
Fix your
sharing
teeth, girl. You're on TV.
Meta that was getting flagged so much? Were they spreading false information?
Who decides what false information is, you retard?
That was getting flagged so much? Were they spreading false information?
While you sit there
why-
wearing a Snuggie, okay? The fact that you're sitting there with this very filtered video in a Snuggie shows us that you're done. Your time is over in the spotlight of us. If anybody really giving a shit about what you say in any large capacity, Joy, take off the Snuggie.
Why were they so eager? And why are Republicans in general so eager to end the idea of fact-checking? What are they trying to share? What is the motivation for not wanting it to be fact-checked? Why would
And she does this like with this like sort of pompous like, we need the fact checking. How are they going to know that they're wrong unless we tell them? They're just going to keep speaking their minds and then leaving it up to the individual to decide what they believe. That's terrible. She sucks. Here's some false information. Her blonde mini fro. Democrats hate free speech. Wow, she's melting down. Joy Reid needs to up her meds or be on meds. This is about conservative opinions, and fact checkers are liars or libs. Then again, I repeat myself. Joy Reid is ignorant. Zuckerberg said the fact checkers were too politically biased and destroying more trust than they created. He's switching to community notes like X. Joy Reid doesn't want a fair system. She wants biased propaganda aimed against conservatives. This is the exact moment she stopped wearing her Trump wig. What?
Joy, just wondering, do you think people with Trump derangement syndrome know they have it?
You're an idiot.
And second question, did you steal Trump's haircut? Did he steal yours? Cultural appropriation haircut right there.
Ha!
She didn't like that too much.
That's funny.
Joy Reid, everybody. Trump derangement syndrome. Full swing. Joy.
That's funny. You have the same hair. Elon Musk didn't turn X into a right-wing platform. He turned X into a free speech platform, and leftists chose to leave because they can't censor people they disagree with anymore. Ooh, I'm going to retweet that. Don't want to end fact-checking. Just don't want people like you doing it. Cancel culture was created because the left cannot survive in a marketplace of free ideas. Yup. 2 of the most miserable people on earth are ironically named Joy. Ah. Right, and Twitter is not perfect. Twitter still has a lot of people banned that shouldn't be. But it's, I don't know, I guess perhaps the best we have at the moment. So, hope they continue to iron the kinks out. Love you guys. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the comments. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye. All right. Love you guys. God, I don't even want to leave. This candle smells so good. I don't want to leave. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Love you all. Join the Discord. Feet. Love you all. Wow. You guys are awesome. Bye, guys. Bye. Now I'm really leaving. Love you. Bye.